this Chris Chan prison saga, there's a lot of characters, all right? A lot of characters that a lot of people would be interested to learn a little bit more about them, okay? There's just a lot of mystery surrounding them, you know? It's like, how do they feel about Chris Chan and stuff like that? You know, you got Barb, you know, we don't know much about Barb during this situation. I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, information about Barb. If you don't know who Barb is, she's, you know, Chris Chan's mother. There you go, if you forgot. You know, after, like, I made, like, 7 or 8 videos about this situation. But anyways, that's one of the characters. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a character that a lot of people were like, we need to know more. Okay, like, the instant we learned that Chris Chan was arrested, we wanted to know who was going to represent the infamous individual that is called Chris Chan. Okay, and so the internet, of course, being the internet, we went to go dig, all right? We went digging for the information. And then finally, I think it took like a couple of days, maybe like 2 days, we found what we were looking for. The name of the attorney or lawyer. I don't know the difference, but anyways, we found him. All right, it was David L. Hellberg. Still don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly. I apologize if I'm, you know, mispronouncing it. But anyways, I was like, okay, we know who he is now, so I want to do an interview. So I asked someone to get me his email. They got me his email, and I was like, there you go. All right, I'll send him an email. So I did. I finally sent him an email, I think 3 or 4 days ago, probably maybe a week. Let's say a week. So a week ago, I sent him an email requesting for an interview with him. I think it was pretty much professional for my standards. I mean, I didn't say anything stupid. But there it was. I sent the email. I was like, okay, I sent the email. Let's see if he responds. To be completely honest, I wasn't expecting to get a response, but actually, surprisingly, I got a response fairly quickly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Chan's attorney sent me a response. Kind of sent by, I guess, someone from his team. I'm not too comfortable to share the name of this individual, but he is part of the team. Of Hellberg team, you know, I don't know, this is like a law firm or something like that. But anyways, he sent me a statement from David. So I guess that still counts. I don't know. I'll just leave that up to the comment section. But anyways, it reads, statement about the prosecution of Christian Chandler. All right. And it's not a long statement, but I'll still read it to you, because I actually thought it was pretty interesting. You know, if it was just this and not interesting, I wouldn't even be, you know, making a video about it. I'll just probably make a tweet about it, which I already did. But I thought the statement itself was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and read it for you and see what you guys think about this. While I appreciate your interest in this case, please defer to my judgment about how to handle this case, considering my 42 consecutive years practicing in this area of law. You know, some people are like making the case like they gave him a really great lawyer so he could manage to get away with this in some way, shape, or form. You know, he could still be charged with this, but they could, you know, lighten the sentence in some way. You know, plead insanity or something like that. But, you know, I'm thinking, hey, if they know about that bitch Isabella, you know, they could probably save Chris Chan. I don't know, you know, but it could be something. Anyways, let's continue on. This is not my first well-publicized and difficult case. I was assigned off list because my extensive experience will inform my representation. I'm a little confused as to why they chose such a great lawyer, you know, for Chris Chan. I would have expected they, you know, would have given him, you know, your run-of-the-mill kind of dude, you know, your beginning kind of lawyer or attorney. But they actually gave him a really high-ranking lawyer. If I can find the image again, I'm pretty sure his ranking was like 10, which I don't know how the system works, but, you know, a 10's pretty high, okay? If it's out of 10, that's literally 10 out of 10, you know? But it's 10.0 or something, but I'm pretty sure that's a, you know, a really high number. So this guy, he knows what he's doing, okay? Again, it's 42 consecutive cases, all right? Or 42 consecutive years practicing law, so, you know, he knows what he's doing, all right? Chris Chan is in good hands. Under ordinary circumstances, people should not believe everything they learn on the internet. That's going to be a point that he's going to make a lot in this statement. You know, it sounds obvious, right? You know, that's a thing that everyone should know nowadays is, hey, don't trust everything you hear on the internet, okay? Like, that just should be a thing that we all should know, right? But I feel like everyone, and I mean everyone, has their moments of believing information without exactly doing their, you know, their due diligence, doing research on the topic. So we all have our moments, okay? I don't care who you are. We all have our moments. We all have our little oopsies. But do keep that in mind. He's going to say it over and over again, and it might be considered a little condescending, but I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Everything you find should always be filtered by skepticism that is not pursued enough. This applies even more to somebody who is legally disabled with mental health issues. Yeah, I guess that's true. But then again, there's a lot of information posted on the Wikipedia. But then again, that could be considered misinformation because, Wikipedia can be easily edited. So someone could put some random bullshit in there and, everyone would be like, oh, that's completely understandable. That's believable, bro. Because, there's not really a way to confirm this kind of stuff, with specific information about Christian. So I understand that. All right? And I feel like you do too. I feel like everyone here understands that there's some stuff that can't be necessarily, confirmed, right? Because we're not there. We're not participating in Christian's life. It kind of feels like we do because, again, he's the most documented individual online. But, again, we're not there personally with Christian. We're not, celebrating some weird fantasy with Christian. So just keep that in mind. This is another thing that you might find to be interesting. Again, I'm not going to try to make this the entire point with the pronouns, but he actually uses Christian's pronouns correctly, which is she. So just keep that in mind, which for me, I find that to be pretty interesting. All right, because especially with the fact that the state has already classified Christian as a male or as a dude, basically. So it's kind of interesting that he's still going along with the whole, she thing, which, some of you might find that to be enjoyable, legitimately enjoyable, while some of you just don't care, and that's fine. But for me, it's a little interesting. But again, I'm not going to make that the entire point of this video, but I just find that to be interesting. Miss Chandler's frequent and sometimes over-the-top presence on the internet is partly a product of mental health issues causing misguided attention-seeking and often provocative engagement with others, which, if you look in the past of Christian, interacting with other individuals, that's believable. Yeah, that's understandable. I feel like a lot of people do understand that as well, but it's still good to mention. It's still good to remind us of this. Like almost anything on the internet, it is difficult to determine what is true. That is very true. These principles hold no matter if you are a supporter, a legitimate journalist, or a trolling hater. And that's the thing. I feel like that last sentence is, it kind of gets me thinking. It's like, does he think I'm a troll or a supporter? I am not a supporter of Christian, nor am I a troll of Christian. I'm a neutralist in this situation, or a centrist in this situation, okay? Like, I want to see justice done fairly, okay? I don't know if that contradicts something I said in one of my other videos, but let that be the common, concession or consensus right now for me, is I want justice done. Okay, he did commit incest, if that's a legitimate thing, okay, because he did admit in a call that he did have the unconsensual, or he did have incest with his mother. The whole unconsensual, sussy thing is still up for, it's still up in the air, alright, it's still allegations, but one thing is for sure, is Christian did have incest with his mother. Alright, I'd be hard-pressed if he didn't, okay? Because I don't know what that phone call is. Maybe it could be false. Maybe it could be fake. But again, everything is allegations, right? So, whatever. Just, just hold on to your asses, right? Because it might get complicated. One moment we'll all, one moment we're completely 100% sure that, hey, he's guilty, and then the next thing wait a minute, we got bamboozled. It was all lies and deceptions. I don't know. This could be honestly an OJ situation where, David could pull off, the impossible and be like, hey, he actually didn't do it or something like that, but in the end, Christian actually did it. But yeah, I would say I'm in the middle. I'm not a journalist, that's for sure. But I'm just a very interested individual in this entire situation. Because again, I wanted to do the interview because I wanted to know more about him. Not Christian, him. If I wanted to know more about Christian, I would just, go on the Wikipedia, look at videos and shit like that. But then again, could be some false information here and there, but whatever. Handling difficult court-appointed cases is a public service. Representing my clients does not involve replying to every interested person contacting me. I guess so. Legitimate inquiries from journalists, supporters, and nuisance trollers will be handled the same way. I have a policy of not commenting about my clients and their cases outside of when court proceedings are conducted. Even then, my statements will be limited to discussing procedural concerns. So with those 2 paragraphs mentioning the whole troll thing, like, I wonder how many people have tried to contact him, you know, asking stupid questions, you know? Like, that's just the thing that I'm just, like, that's going through my head, is like, this guy must be getting a lot of fucking emails, alright? And he has his team sending the same statement here and there, because they don't know whether or not someone is a legitimate, you know, supporter or a journalist or a hater. They don't know, because, you know, someone could be, you know, pretending to be a journalist or something, and then, you know, when he actually goes on to, you know, give his take on something, they'll be like, aha, psych, got him. I'm going to ask you really stupid and retarded questions about Chris Chan. So I completely understand how he basically just wants to send statements about this. He wants to say, like, low key, you know, especially where he's like, you know, we're not completely done with the whole case thing. So I completely understand. I absolutely understand. There's no, like, you know, ill will intent with this. So I get it. I definitely get it. The criminal justice system is a poor vehicle to help people with mental health issues. And with that sentence, I can already tell you that, I don't know. I think David here is a good man. You know, you have, to give you an example, you have doctors that legitimately care about their patients, and then you have doctors that only care about the money. Okay? In this case, I believe David is one of those doctors. He's one of those attorneys that really cares about his clients. Okay? Like, he wants the best results to happen for the clients. He, like, if anything, like, he wants them to be not guilty. So he's going to do everything in his power to get them to that position. All right, just from reading this, I'm not even done reading this, okay? But just from what I just read, right, I can already tell you that he does care about Chris Chan. All right, like, I legitimately think that Chris Chan is in good hands with David. All right, maybe that's why they chose David to represent Chris Chan, because he does care. He has a soul. He's a compassionate human being. But, you know, again, that's just my theory. But again, just from reading what I read from this statement, I can tell, yeah, he's one of those dudes. He's one of those lawyers that does actually care about the client and not just the money. So I can appreciate that for sure. There's also a critical shortage of mental health treatment facilities in Virginia. Providing somebody with the help that they need is complicated and will take time. Since viral information spreads on the internet is inherently unreliable, no matter its source, the volume of misinformation about my client in this case makes this a poor place to learn the truth. Mental health issues do not impair someone's intelligence and artistry. However, the concerns impact behavior. So with that statement right there, I'm thinking that he's starting to deny the phone call is actually real, because he did say that, like, you know, even from whatever source, information from the internet is inherently unreliable. So, yeah, that leads me to assume that he thinks that the phone call could be faulty, even though the person talking in that phone call really sounds like Chris Chan. All right, like that, you know, it would be really difficult to find someone that sounds exactly like Chris Chan. Or maybe it could be really easy. Who knows, all right? We think that we're one out of a million, but no, there's probably someone that looks exactly like us, sounds like us, you know, stuff like that. So I can understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Chris Chan, but who knows? David could pull out, you know, the Uno reverse card or something and be like, nope, it's not actually Chris Chan, it's some troll, you know. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised, because that Isabel bitch, she is one quirky individual, alright? She does a lot of fucking garbage on the internet. Again, if all that is true, man, I'm just doubting myself. Like, there's so much doubt around this, alright? Or around this, it's ridiculous, alright? David here be fucking with my mind, alright, with this stupid statement. God damn, it's not stupid, it's actually well written, but, you know, it's fucking with me. Determining the truth is the job of our criminal justice system. Is it though? I mean, whatever you say, dude, sure. There are a few people with actual personal knowledge about what happened. That's very true. Just because you heard or read something does not make it true. Again, that's him basically denying that the phone call actually had, you know, Chris Chan confessing that he had incest of his mother. So, you know, I get it. I get why he's doing it, but, you know. The Commonwealth is represented by a tough but fair prosecutor. I am the court-assigned counsel to represent Miss Chandler. this case will only move forward and end within the ordinary confines of the legal process. I really hope so. Law enforcement is not limited to gathering evidence to support guilt. Only those few people with actual personal knowledge about the people involved and the facts of what happened should come forward. If you have reliable information, and he basically, says like, if you have information, come forward, say something, but he basically said like, only if you are a part of this, if you have some connection to this. Hey man, we're the internet. We have connections to Chris Chan, all right? This man's literally the most documented individual on Earth, okay? Well, on the internet, because everyone's just so interested in pissing on Chris Chan. And that's unfortunate. It really is. It really is. But that is essentially the response that I received from David. Again, from that response, I can tell y'all that, he's a very respectable person. He does care for his clients. I don't think I will be giving him a response or giving him a response email, trying to, tickle my way. That's a weird way of saying it. Tickle my way to an interview with him, because I don't think he's interested. So, no interview, unfortunately. So, yeah, basically, I gotta know. I gotta know about the interview. Sorry, I really tried. I really did put my good foot forward, but he was like, there's a lot of morons on the internet. A lot of dumbasses. So, I don't know if you're one of the good people or one of the dumbasses. A lot of people right now would say I'm one of the dumbasses. But you know what? That might be true. That might be true. So, I think David dodged a bullet from interviewing for me. But anyways, hey, it is what it is. I'm glad that he sent me that response, because I don't know. Maybe there is hope in humanity, all right? Even though Chris Chan's in it. But hey, who knows? This could all just be a fever dream. And somehow, some way, shape, or form, Chris Chan's innocent. Who knows? Wouldn't that be an interesting ending? Alright, that would be like the surprise ending, the alternative ending. Would I even say that's the good ending? I don't know. Right now, that probability just seems so improbable for me, but who knows? Maybe, again, David could do something. David could just, pull out something out of his ass and be like, oh, there you go, Chris Chan's innocent. And everyone's just like, how did that happen? What are you doing? But best to luck to David Hellberg. Honestly, I hope he gets the results that he needs, all the evidence that he requires to best represent Chris Chan. But that's all I have to say about this well-written response. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this. Did you think it was a good response? Did you think it was a terrible response? I want to know. I'm actually really interested. But thanks again for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. You want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified on my next video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.